Hi, my name is Sheri Kling, and on this Deeper Rhythm channel, I talk about how to listen for the deeper rhythm of your own life. Now, on this introductory video, I want to just give a little bit of information about why I'm starting this channel and what I hope to accomplish. So first, I want to start with a quote that kind of was the reason I named this channel Deeper Rhythm. And it comes from a book about a woman named Etty Hillesum, who was a young Jewish woman living in Amsterdam during the Holocaust. And her story is really amazing, mostly because she went through such a transformative period in her life that enabled her to become a person that was life-changing for the others around her. Before she and her entire family were killed by the Nazis, and she was only in her 20s. But before that, she had gone through such a transformative period of time that even though she was completely immersed in probably the most difficult circumstances we can imagine ourselves to be in, she was still able to be a light for the people around her. And she refused to hate, even though she was surrounded by evil. And I just want to read something that she wrote in her journal, in her diaries. Her diaries were published some years ago, 800 pages of diaries. And in a letter to a friend, she wrote this: "Things come and go in a deeper rhythm, and people must be taught to listen. It is the most important thing we have to learn in this life." And so my hope is that on this channel, I will be able to help you listen deeply for your own life, for the source of your own life, for the vitality and dynamism that is available to each of us in our lives. And so why am I starting this channel? First of all, I want to say that I believe that we are in a crisis of culture right now. Now, I'm talking primarily about the US, but this may be something that other people in other parts of the world feel as well. I think we are just in a really difficult time. It's just, things just seem to be so difficult for so many people right now. I was reading an interview with Cornel West, who teaches at Harvard University, recently. And in that interview, he was talking about some of the conditions we find ourselves in right now, especially in the US again. And he was talking about that there's so much frustration, desperation, wage stagnation, a spiritual crisis of depression, escalating suicides, self-violation, and self-flagellation, and basically people blaming themselves for their inability to flourish in their own lives. Now, he points to political and economic reasons for that. And, I agree with him about what he says about our politics and our economics. But I can't make an impact there, because when I start getting involved in politics and economics, or discussions around politics and economics, I just get really angry, and it makes me really irritable. And then I can't help anybody, because I start to become really fragmented inside. And so, but what I love to talk about, what I love to share, is information about spirituality, about dreams, and about transformation. And so that is what I'm here to talk about. And we are in a culture right now, especially in the US, in the West, I think overall too. We're in a culture that tears us apart. It tells us that we're all separate. It tells us that we're isolated individuals, separated from each other. It tells us that we don't matter unless we are producing the right amount of material success. And it tells us that if our lives have been traumatic or wounding, If we have struggled, if we have been down and out, our culture basically tells us, for the most part, that we're out of luck, that there's nothing available to us to make change in our life. And I think all of those things are wrong. We are not separate. We are not worthless unless we produce something. And we are certainly not stuck in our past. And I'm here to tell you that that is true, because that is what I have seen in my own life. And so I am very passionate about this. I remember that many years ago, before I was born, Carl Jung, the Swiss psychologist, was interviewed by the BBC in Britain. And he was asked if he believed in God. And he said, "I don't believe in God. I know that God exists. I know." My own journey has shown me that we are part of something bigger. That there is something bigger than us that loves us, that supports us, that there is a flow underneath our lives that is like a rushing river of being and mystery, and it is the source of all the possibilities that are available to us. And so on this channel, those are the kinds of things I'm going to be talking about, mostly dreams, spirituality, and transformation. Dreams, because I know that dreams, our nighttime dreams, can be a source of great wisdom. And there are ways to work with our dreams so that we can access that wisdom. And spirituality, because I believe that spirituality is a basic human characteristic. It is not something that has to be associated with a religious tradition. It is basically part of our humanity. And I think when we are in tune with our spiritual selves and align with that flow that moves through our lives, that brings us possibilities, that we can flourish no matter what our past, no matter what our present. And that we have the ability to be transformed into people who are more loving, more compassionate. Our hearts can be open. Our lives can be drastically changed. And so that is what I'm here to talk about on this channel. And I hope that you will join me on this journey and look for future videos and links to courses and events and all kinds of things that I'll be offering as time goes by. And so I hope that you will subscribe to this channel and look for new videos as they come out, and drop some comments and questions in the comments section. And let's go. Let's go forward. Let's listen together to that deeper rhythm of our lives. Thank you.